Yo, you know what it is. This is We-On-Loc Nation. Um, didn't want to do it today, uh, but it's got to be done. I'll be back in a minute to give my commentary on the whole Umar content. Oh boy, let this be good. Let this be good, because already I'm starting to hear the rumblings, and um, everybody's gonna copy and paste. Everybody's gonna get their little stupid ass commentary about it because you know how YouTube goes. You got people on YouTube that you know don't like Umar for whatever crazy ass reason. Hadn't even met the man. Don't know the man. Haven't met him. Don't know his intentions. But people don't people don't care. People don't care who people don't care who you hurt. People don't care who. I mean, it's just I'm fed up with it. I'm pretty much fed up with it. But I'll be back to give my commentary in a little bit. All right, we here. So let's get into it. Umar does a podcast interview with some guy named uh, Deza, the Deza Project. He's done many interviews. I saw the one with him and Charleston White and some other woman that was dancing on this Jones, but it's some ridiculous. But we're gonna get into it, ladies and gentlemen, and then I'm gonna get into my conclusion or rant or whatever you want to call it a little bit later. But here we go. Like,
Podcast is the works that you're doing in the communities,
Right.
the conversations that you're having with the youth and with people in general. Where are you at mentally right now? How do you feel?
I guess for me, the one thing that I just want to finalize is the renovations on the FDMG Academy. You know, we've been almost done for so long, and now we're at the floors. But I'm still scared to say we done, because every time I say we done, something else comes up. So, I ain't been saying nothing. My thing is, when it's done, that's when I'll announce it. You know what I mean? I was supposed to go back to the Breakfast Club, and I text Charlemagne. I said, I'm not coming back up there one more time to tell people we almost done. You feel me?
Yeah.
When we done, I'll schedule with you. I'm not going up to Power 105 again until we done. I'm tired of saying it myself.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean? So when
well, when I looked at it, it would look good to me. But in the case of black people, nothing is never enough. They want to see stuff. They want to see stuff open, but you can't open a school without the proper paperwork and it looking tacky. You can't do that. You cannot do that, and it takes money. But apparently, people come up with these ridiculous numbers and shit. And I'm not trying to hear these. I'm not trying to hear these people today. I really am not trying to hear these people. And like I said, I have a list. I have a list of all these coons that just circle the wagons, meaning circle the internet, trying to look for Umar content, and it's not, the devil's work is never done. The devil's work is never done. These demons are not going to let this man rest until the work is done. And even when the work is done, well, he's got to get the certificate of occupancy first and foremost. But once the work is done, it's still not going to be enough, and you still gonna get these people, giving them a hard time. Fuck them. That's what I would say. Just like he said the other day when he was cleaning up FDMG bathrooms. Last time I checked, uh, FDMG needed cleaning up. You was complaining about that. Y'all was circling the school and everything. Y'all was circling the school. You didn't. The only thing that you're mad at is that you don't get to look inside of the school unless you break in, of course, which Nick, that's what niggas do. Niggas break in, they ain't got nothing else better to do. Let's continue.
We done, that's when I'll do it, man. But we real close. When I fly back home tomorrow, I got to get to the school. They laying the floors now, and once that's done, we'll be applying for our certificate of occupancy. That's going to be interesting because the city has not been our friend. They tried to sell the school behind our back last month for some frivolous expenses that we should not have even owed. So I'm going to stay positive, but I'm not looking forward to the inspection because, they can nitpick you to death on that.
Absolutely.
So when people say when you're going to actually be done, that's not in our hands. We have to see what the city says, but I'm hoping after all we've been through, they just say, go ahead. If it's all in order, just pass him, but that hasn't been the experience. Like everything we've been through with the city has been a fight, even to get a permit for the festival. They ain't want to give us that. So it's really been a tug of war with them. I'm just hoping that we don't have to have a protest. I'm hoping we don't have to take them to court for discrimination. The bureaucracy is mostly black. The mayor's white, but the bureaucracy is black. But discrimination is discrimination, even if you're the same color. So I'm just, I'm gonna just put it in the Lord's hands and see. But we knock it on the finish line. So if all goes well, we should be able to apply for the inspection before the end of the year.
And this is something that most people don't understand in general. Just starting a business is tough, right? And then when you're doing something in the community, it's going to be a lot tougher. When you're dealing with that much square footage, they could find something wrong anywhere. Oh, well, in this corner here. But a lot of people that have never started a business, have never gotten any type of education, what it's like. They have no idea.
Never opened a school, never ran a school, but they're experts in our school. And I don't get into it, but I hear a lot of it because my supporters send me the clips, and I've heard.
Well, he's right. First and foremost, I see people like Rim Rum who look like he ain't never built anything in his fucking life. Make videos, make countless videos on Umar because he ain't got nothing better to do. The lounge, everybody. They're just pitiful. They're pathetic. And I often say, have you even grown tomatoes in your backyard? If you have one. Hell, you don't even need a backyard to grow tomatoes. Have you grown any type of live foods? Have you built any hospitals? Have you even bought product for your grocery stores if you have them? Have you done anything for your hood except sell out your people? Because that's what Rim is. He's a fucking sellout. He nothing but a freaking coon. But yet Umar's the bad guy. Y'all just like doing content, man. That's all y'all do is content to see if you can make money. Money off of whose name? I'm sorry, money off of whose name? You're making money off of whose name? That's what I fucking thought. You just mad because you ain't getting the money that he's getting.
Ridiculous things. I heard people say you can get an HVAC for $5,000. That's a $50,000 unit up there, and that was the cheap one. You feel me?
Yeah.
This is not a house. This is a school. You're not getting no HVAC for no $5,000. You know what I mean? Every utility that we had repaired, plumbing, HVAC, electric, every one cost us well over $100,000.
And they're not forgetting the fact that that gym was flooded full of water. Do you know how much it took to make the repairs on that? Do you know how much money that was to get all that water that was flooded full of water? They had to put new pipes. They had to check the pipes and put new pipes in there. Where's your complaint for that? Where's your complaint for the vax? Oh, you could have got wait. You could have got a vax for $5,000 from where? Please take me to the website. Anybody got a website where I can get a vax for $5,000? I bet you that thing ain't even halfway built. Fuck coons, man.
Nothing was under $100K for repair. So when I hear people say he could have got this done for $5,000, you don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's a whole nother level. But my thing is, if you never did it, why are you speaking on it? And if you're not doing anything for the people, why are you speaking on it? See, that's my thing. Definitely I don't think people who don't do work could criticize people who do work. Now, if you're doing the work, you say, look, I built me a relevant institution. You can speak to it because you did it. We're being questioned and criticized by people who do nothing. And that's why I'm so tight-lipped on it, because I'm like, I don't owe you no answers. On top.
But, it's just real quick, that weird old ass pedo, Lennon Honors, he's going to grab a hold of this. And he's going to do his little commentary and shit. But you don't hold his feet to the fire over nothing. But I'm just saying, if you see him at the park with your kids, don't ask no questions. Don't ask no questions when he's filming your kids. Don't ask no questions when he's making videos that are on his website to this very day. To this very day. Shouts out to Chat Lives Matter. On to this very day about some weirdo type shit. But hopefully you ain't got no kids.
On top of the fact you never donated, on top of the fact you never drove by there and picked up a piece of trash, you questioning something that you don't support financially, you questioning something that you've never been a part of in your entire life. You've never been a part of anything that progressive as building an institution. So why are you expecting me to be accountable to you?
And so how do you keep it together? Back to that mental health thing, like how do you feel?
I'm going to be honest with you. The haters, the struggle streamers, they really helped toughen me up to the criticism, because we've been dealing with it from the first day we took a donation in St. Louis, Missouri, April of 2014, when the St. Paul's College in Virginia went up for sale, because that's what we wanted. We wanted that HBCU, but they wanted $2 million and we couldn't raise it in time, so they sold it to the Asians, who currently have it now. So then that's when we said, well, we just gonna find out a school. So 2019 school hunting. We found FDMG and they gave it to us. So 5 years to find a school, which in my opinion, that's not a long time to raise the money and find it. 5 years ain't bad at all.
According to niggas, it is. According to niggas, it is. Yeah, and I'm saying it like that. I'm definitely saying it like that. Because they expect Burger King work. They expect you to get with the Lord Jamal plan. Fuck Lord Jamal. They expect you to do what they want you to do. Which is fine. I mean, your opinion is your opinion, but that's not his goal and that's not his dream. That's not his baby. If you're not a Pan-Africanist, then you're not going to understand the logic that goes into it, and you're definitely not going to understand the achievement that you have to structure to get what to do what he is trying to do. And if it takes a little bit longer. It takes a little bit longer. When you say, why is he doing all these speaking engagements? Because he can. And it's because he's finishing what Marcus Garvey started. And if you can't understand that logic, then I can't speak to you, because number one, you're not a Pan-Africanist. You're a goddamn FBA, phony Black American. You're a phony Black American. There, I said it. I'm a panhandler, then you're a fucking phony Black American. Let's get into it.
And then you go from 19 to 25, right? So you're looking at 6 years of us renovating. It should have only taken us 2 or 3, but there was a lot of scamming going on with the contractors we were using. We really got done dirty by them. You know what I mean? And I didn't want to use Caucasian work because I wanted to keep the money in the community. The people who gave us the money Black. I want to keep the project Black. Right. But I had to wake up one day and say, yo, if you're waiting on your people to do this for you, it may not get done. And let me put that in context. You're talking about the second smallest state in the country, right? So you don't have much to pull from anyway. And then the city of Wilmington requires that your contractors be licensed in the state and licensed in the city. So for example, in Pennsylvania, if you're licensed by the Commonwealth, you can do work anywhere in the state. You got to be licensed in Delaware and then licensed again in Wilmington. You're already dealing with a small pool of available contractors, and then they add that on top. So I say it all the time. We have the best situation in the worst location. And when I say worst location, I'm simply speaking of the limited pool of resources in terms of contractors and the strict stipulations that are required for you to work on a project there. You know, if that same school was in Detroit, Chicago, Philly, we'd be done already. Only because you got so many plumbers, you got so many HVAC, right. You got so many electric. You could go through 30 of them until you hit the right one. But you in the second smallest state, only a handful of Black folks, you know what I mean? Yeah. Contractors that you can really, you know, go to. And everybody we used came highly recommended, by the way. We didn't just grab people. These were people say, get him, get them. We got the people we were told to get. And they still didn't do us right.
But when the pool is so small and the competition isn't great, it's tough, you know.
And we ran into situations where sometimes if I don't take the plumber, the electrician say I can't take the job. You feel me? Because that's my man. Right. So since you're not taking him, I can't do it. I'm like, damn, what that got to do with you? I need this, you know what I mean? So it was a lot of that where I like the electrician, don't like the plumber. I like the HVAC guy, don't like the electrician. So, you know, it's networks, you know, and you're dealing with a really small city and you are outsider coming from Philly. I had to deal with some of that too. You know what I mean? Because even though I get a lot of love in Wilmington and a lot of love across Delaware, you still got them people say, we don't need him here. You know what I mean? We don't need no big city dude coming down here. We can handle our own business. But I'm not here for you. I'm here for the kids. You know what I mean? Because people say, why did you choose Wilmington? And I like Wilmington. I love the energy there. I really do. But people say, why did you choose Wilmington? I didn't choose Wilmington. I chose the school that was in Wilmington. In other words, we wasn't shopping for cities, we shopping for building. And that had the best building that we found. We should have been in Detroit, but once the Archdiocese found out who I was, they wouldn't sell me none of the schools.
A building of that magnitude, and by the way, 4 buildings, the landscaping itself, a building that large, and we're talking about the smaller portion of it, not the high school that everybody keeps going to and saying he didn't do another goddamn thing. It's not renovated, dumbass. The smaller portion of it, to get that renovated, it's gonna cost millions. What are we not getting? But everybody want to be an architect. Everybody wants to be a manager. Uh, Everybody wants to be HVAC. Everybody wants to be an expert at taxes. Everybody wants to be expert at this and an expert at that, and tell Umar what he should and should not do. Unless you are certified, unless you can show me your license, stop speaking on the man. At least he's trying. But fuck trying, do is what a nigga would say. Fuck trying, do. Never gonna open the school? We'll see. The only reason why people would say that is because they don't want it to open. They don't want it to succeed. But some of these motherfuckers voted for the very person that's going to ruin your whole vacation in the next 3 years. Let's keep going.
I knew we was in Detroit. Me and my mother was preparing to move to Detroit. I said, Mom, we going to Detroit. We out. It's going to be cold. She said, I don't care. Let's go. And then the Jewish realtor for the archdiocese, and I thought that was interesting, that the archdiocese had a, because if you understand that history, but he said they want to see your curriculum. I said, we buying the school cash money. What you need to see my curriculum for? This ain't no charter school. You follow what I'm saying? This ain't no lease.
Right.
I'm buying and we done. What you want to know what I'm teaching for? I said, you can't get that.
Do they think you're pushing religion? Is it a religious thing? Like, where's the pushback in that city?
I think it's just that they knew who I was and wasn't going to sell. And guess what? Every school in Detroit that we wanted, still sitting there. So that's why I tell people you got to understand that when it comes to white people, they're more about power than money.
Yeah.
If they was about the money, they would have sold us the building. They all there. They was about the control. We don't want him teaching that. You feel me? We rather not make the money.
Why Detroit looks like Detroit.
Yes. Oh, man. Oh, man. Oh, I learned so much in the school hunt. I remember I was going to lease a school in Mount Vernon, New York, Catholic school, and the supervisor said, I got to call the Vatican. I said, what? He said, I said, you got to call Rome? He said, I got to call Rome. I said, why you got to call Rome? He said, what did he say? He said about half the Catholic schools in America are still managed directly from the Vatican. He had to call the Vatican and ask if he could lease the school to Dr. Umar, and of course they said, hell no. Yeah, so. And he also told me that the Vatican is the second largest property owner either in the United States or in the world. I didn't know that. White boy was dropping all these jewels on me. He said, we own much property. I didn't know that either. So that's crazy. So when you hear about that, United States, London, Rome connect, that's real. Them 3 city-states that don't answer to nobody, that's very real. That's very real.
It's very interesting how you mentioned about the contracting.
Yeah.
Right? Because, people could say whatever the hell they want. When you go into that, it's tough. I got a lot of friends that are into real estate, and I'm from a city, Buffalo, New York. It's another small city similar to the way Detroit operates.
Yes, sir.
And, they'll get contractors, they'll get it all set up, and the job is done terribly.
Yep.
And it's just war.
Yep.
It's just like, okay, well, what do I do about this? Now we gotta rip it out.
Yep.
It's just a thing that most people don't have a clue about.
They have no clue about it. And then when somebody don't finish their work, so let's say the electricians don't finish their work, you got to get another electrician.
Come behind.
No contractor, what I saw, they never want to say the previous contractor did a good job. You know what I mean? Yeah. It was like, we got to do it over. You know what I mean? I'm like, y'all can't build from where they slept. Nah, they didn't do that. Nobody was able to say we could pick up where they started.
And all of that makes perfect sense. Case in point, if you get a carpenter to just destroy all the stuff, just wreck shop and just destroy all the stuff that doesn't need to be in that building because you're renovating and you want to get new shit put in there. That's the easy part, right? Because all you doing is just tearing up floors, tearing up, you know what I mean? But after it's the afterwards when you're calling people to put in carpet or put in tiles. That takes money. It takes money. But when you get people just, we're just gonna go and just break in, we're just gonna do break in and just start throwing shit all up in the gymnasium, all the paint, all we just start crashing up shit, ruining books and all this other stuff just because you can do it. Yeah, it's like, who cares? Who cares anymore? I don't care in terms of pleasing you people. I care about when if he opens up the school because this is his project. This is his baby. I care about when he opens up the school. I do not see none of you knuckleheads, and if he does see you, I hope y'all get arrested. Seriously, because your intentions ain't to help him. Your intentions never were. The people who are complaining never, ever, 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 ever put in not one single damn red cent. But you gonna make commentary about it? You gonna make it a live stream about it? Fuck you. We don't need you. We don't need you making commentary if you ain't gonna come down to school and put in some type of work. Like some of these youngsters that put in work, the elders who put in work, and a shame to all you bums, dude. Why you let the elders help Umar? It should be some of these young cats out here. Middle age, you got elders helping him. That's a damn shame, y'all. Y'all a disgrace. You're supposed to be helping elders. Whatever happened to helping that lady out across the street? Helping her put her groceries in the car or take it out the car and put it in the house. Whatever happened to that? You don't want to help Umar with his school. Okay, cool. Yeah. Booking Negroes, it needs to be more than that.
You know what I mean? The plumbers, they didn't do this right. And I know they did it right, but you just want to get paid the full thing. Yeah. Project. So we had to deal with that, But the white folks, they did it. They charged us up. They overcharged us. But at least they finished the job. You know what I mean? So that's where we at. And then you had people say, well, if he's on his Pan-Africanism and his Garveyism platform, why would he let white people do the work? You have to distinguish and differentiate between charity and business. We don't accept donations from non-Africans, right? But if I have to pay a non-African to do a job, that's business. That's not a handout. They're not volunteering. They're not giving us nothing. We're paying them to do a job. You see, it's like if I have a store and a white person comes in and buys from my store, that's no contradiction. That's business. But if I got white folks coming in there financing me, that's a contradiction. You see, So people say, well, that's a contradiction. You got white folks doing the work. That's called business, bro. That's just business. Fee for service. It's not a handout. Fair exchange. Now, if they was financing us, that would be a contradiction because you give up your sovereignty with them.
And so how do you keep it together? Because that sounds extremely stressful.
I tell you how I keep it together. Number one, I believe I was born to do the work that I do. Okay. That's the priority. The number one, people say, how you keep going through this. Somebody texted me today when I was on my way here. They said, I'm trying to understand how you continue to keep going after everything people throw at you. Like your bounce back game is crazy. You know what I mean? And for me, I know I was born to do what I'm doing. When you know why you here, you can put up with any what. It's not a thing where I'm like, maybe I shouldn't be building no school. You feel me? I don't have that.
No doubt.
I know I'm supposed to do it, so I got to deal with whatever comes with it. So number one, I know I'm doing the work I was born to do. That's number one. Number two, I've never cared about what people thought too much. You know what I mean? Like some people, they gotta be viewed positively by outsiders. I don't.
They want to be liked.
I don't care what people think or what people say. And I believe my popularity had a lot to do with that too, because I'm just going to tell you the truth. I don't know if it's going to hurt your feelings. I don't know if you're going to like it. I don't know if you're going to love it, but I'm going to be honest. And I think people have grown to appreciate the honesty of my message, because I get people stop me in the airport all the time. I don't agree with everything you say, you know what I mean? But you're consistent.
And suppose he does come, like I said, when he opens up the school, right? Which people say he's never going to open up the school. We'll see. I would dare you to open up something that without government money. I want you to open something without government money, and you see how it feels to actually go through what you go through with contractors, with with agents and all this other stuff. I want you to go through what he went through. It's like, we never went through freaking what is it? King Randall never went through it. King Randall's a Republican. He has money. Stupid. He's a Republican, and I don't know if he went to the military. I'm not sure. I'm not sure if he went to the military or not. But he has money. And if so, he can go to his Republican buddies up there in Washington. Even though I respect what he has done, and I respect what he's done for those kids. Don't give me no damn King Randall, and damn sure don't give me no damn Q Butter. Those are the community centers at his project and then near his home. Don't give me that. Even though I respect what he has done for those kids, we're supposed to be respecting those who are actually giving a damn about children. But let me ask you a question. If Joe Schmo, black as he is, were to open it up or try to open up his own joint, his own school, and he was halfway done, and there was some things that were missing, and he needed the money, and so on and so forth, which help him out. Well, it all depends. It don't take no 10 years. Well, it's not 10 years, it's 6, dumbass. Y'all coming up with all these numbers. I love it. It don't take 20 years to open up the school. Sometimes it takes 10 years. For example, not downtown, on the strip, what they would call the what they opened up 8 months ago or a couple of months ago. I think it's called the Fountain something. That building took 10 years to renovate, 10 years to finish. Fountain Blue, that's what the hotel is called. It's called Fountain Blue here in Las Vegas, Nevada. It wasn't even worked on for a whole 10 years. And I'm not comparing. I'm saying it's all about the timing and it's all about the money. But apparently these coons that are constantly coming online and accusing them of being a scammer, which again, what is he scamming? Why would he pay so much amount of money for a project and not do anything with it? It doesn't make any sense. You're just mad because you haven't seen inside the school unless he allows it. Let's continue.
Whereas a lot of these other guys out here who claim to be into the conscious movement, they not consistent. They'll flip-flop. 1 minute they this, 1 minute they this, 1 minute they this, based on what gets the attention, what gets the money. I've never capitulated my position. You know what I mean? And I think thirdly, I practice Yoruba spirituality. And in Yoruba spirituality, you're born with a guardian angel, guardian spirit. Mine is Ogun. Ogun is the spirit of war, iron, perseverance, determination. Don't quit. Work hard. That's my guardian spirit.
Okay, that was basically part one. They're gonna, I guess, do a part two in the later future. But I got a couple things to say. Then I'm heading out because my goal is to not. This has been not frustrating. It has been frustrating, but it doesn't get me to the point where I get upset because I got other things to do. I got other obligations to get into. You can make your own judgments. You can make your own judgments if you want, but I guarantee you, when those floors get finished, boom, it's on to the next. Certificate of occupancy, boom. That's the hardest one. That's the hardest one. And they're gonna, in Lennon honor, he's gonna do anything and everything that he can to see that this does not come to fruition. I'm trying to tell you, he's a fucking weirdo. And you support a weirdo that wants to play with, who videotapes kids. You support a weirdo that, I don't want to talk about his family, but why would you end up in, like I said, why would you end up in the park of all places, not in a public, in a private facility where kids are attending school, but you're sitting there. You're yards away, but a manager has to come out and tell you you can't film here. But you're going to try and spin it and spin it and spin it. You're a fucking weirdo. I wish I never knew about this. But now that I do, it just makes me further, my thoughts are further into the clouds, and it's bringing me back a whole bunch of information and saying this guy needs to be in jail. But unfortunately, this was, I would say, several years ago. And this is the thing that he tried to delete. But apparently he don't know the Umar sector very well. He doesn't know the Umar sector. I'm not a part of the Umar sector anymore. I'm not a part of that. I'm doing my own thing. But I wish I never would have found out about this. But this is the one person that you support. You support Lennon Honor, a joke of a man who has been doing Umar content for damn near 16 years. But y'all support that joker. I want you to support each and every single one of them who support. Hopefully he don't end up in anybody else's part. Like what Corey say, this nigga at the park. He tried coming after Corey Oakham and this nigga is at the park talking shit. I don't have enough time to go to the park and I got kids. This nigga got 5 kids and he's at the park. Just imagine he's at the park and your kids are in school getting the education on, and he's sitting there. Weirdo, man. Weirdo. I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear from none of y'all. Come to my city and be in that same, well, my kids go to a private school. Come to that same park where a parent will notice your ass, and keep that camera with you. See what see he ends up doing with that. All right, there's some other stuff I guess Umar was into after, I would say, 3 weeks of not saying anything. I wish it was more, but man does what he wants. So just, I just hope he's in good spirits. I just hope he's in good spirits. But let me see what. I'm moving on.
Absolutely, man. We're going there just to congregate and just stay player.
The food is good.
The food is top tier. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, I haven't been to Magic City, by the way.
You been there?
No, you can get it off Uber Eats. You really actually can.
Oh, you know what?
You can Uber Eats Magic City. He's Halliburton right now. Snow Bunny. All the MVP candidates, Snow Bunny. So good handles means bunny hop. Get out. You're gone. Wait, guys, I just realized this is called Guess the Bunny Hopper, so like he should stay. Come back.
Do you play Smash Bros?
Man, you know I do. What you mean?
What is Smash Bros?
It's a common Snow Bunny game. Do you play Smash Brothers?
No, I did as a kid though.
Yeah, I used to. I thought Smash Brothers was like the red and blue robot thing that you used to.
Unk. That's the most unk thing you done ever said.
I know what he's talking about, the big red and blue, and they fight each other. Oh, that's super old school.
Of course, y'all know this is a connection. Because I don't even know what he's talking about.
I recently just stopped playing.
I feel like we should take this as a euphemism for their dating history.
I played it like once or twice when I was like in 6th, 7th grade or something like that. Not for real, like, you see what I'm saying?
Okay, guys, we're gonna have to eliminate a person.
I think Jay.
I think he's loyal to the race.
Why do you say so?
I just feel it. He don't seem like he with the bullshit.
All right, brother. I mean, you gotta go, man.
All right, cool.
What's your favorite thing about black women?
The ass. The attitude, you know what I'm talking about? But it could be such a variety. But
He has a Magic City hoodie on. Are we really surprised by this?
They're the only race that could relate to my hardships and struggles.
That's a good answer.
That was a great answer.
Honestly, what is there not to do? I can't
That
really,
sounds like a pander.
I can't.
No.
Great.
I love my black queens. What is there not to love about a black woman?
So, quick question though, is that your real hair?
First of all, that question
No, it ain't.
insane.
It's going to translate. I like black hair as divine hair. And I like
One of the things I love about showing that she's going to do is going to keep me out of so much nonsense.
I'm just curious about women.
She should exercise patience, because the reason why she does not yet know herself is because somewhere in her life there was a black man who exploited her trust, and it led to stunted development. See, all of us, whatever our childhoods are, they best in our romance. And at some point, you retire a child and start your own life.
I'm glad people clap because if they didn't know what it meant. Will you be interested in race play? Can you explain that?
Slave plantation sex is when you play a stereotypical slave going to play the slave master, and you're going to humiliate yourself and your ancestors. So
What up? Because it's not just that. You remember Brother Shannon Sharp? That man had leaked voice calls. He was like,
would you ever do that?
Hell yeah.
oh my God.
My God, you coon. You damn coon. You let a white woman live out her slave plan and it's put you in the bedroom.
You want to be Shannon Sharp, big black guy, small black woman?
name Martin Luther King, I rebuke you now.
What is the probability that you would ever smash a white woman?
We talking about for future reference or past, present,
Oh
future?
my God.
In other words, he has no loyalty to the women of his own race.
Betrayer.
The probability is 0%.
Black power.
Like a 1.79.
Why 1.79?
Shit happens.
You don't slip on a banana peel and end up in a woman's vagina, sir.
Hey, you never know.
Did he just say you never know? Okay, let's move on.
Do we know what the hell we've been through in this country? Because if you really understood what we've been through in this country, there's no way you would seek out.
He said 1.79. That's not seeking.
I take it as he's trying to be honest, like if you, I don't know.
Honest? How about honestly not touching none of them?
0.00000000000.
Black power.
50-50.
Whoa!
Damn, he said 50-50.
What, heads or tails?
Why? Cause like
He gave him that.
I'm from New York. It is very diverse, so you able to see all different kinds of women out there.
Okay. Not interested. This is just something that he had fun with, I guess. But coon's a coon, I guess. A coon's a coon. All right. Getting into my conclusion about what went down. And we're going to get more and more videos to come with, what's his name? Danza. We're going to get more of Umar content pretty soon, but I'm sure they're going to spin it just like they spin everything else. And let's let the haters hate, man. Oh, almost forgot. I almost forgot the cleaning of the school. We ain't gonna waste our time with this. So Umar is in FDMG. He's in the girls and boys bathroom, doing some housekeeping work. Nothing wrong with that. I guess while the workers are working in there, he's doing some housekeeping work. He's not going to show what people aren't realizing. He's not going to show you every motherfucking thing. He's not going to show you everything because you don't deserve it. For those who deserve it, the people that he knows who deserves it, he'll show it to them. He'll show you a little piece here, show you a little piece there, but not the whole freaking thing, because most of you don't deserve it. And those of you who do deserve it, keep on shining, keep on believing, keep on donating, do whatever you got to do. Right? But it is what it is at this point. It is what it is. The floors look nice. So you got to get that. Just get the paper. Get that paper. That paint paper. That stuff that's on the floors. Just get that up one strip at a time. Hopefully, you don't have to repaint anything, but that's their choice. And then so the certificate of occupancy. That's the hardest thing. That is the hardest thing. I hope he gets it. I hope, because this Mike guy, governor of Wilmington, this Mike guy, hopefully he is as, what's the word I'm looking for? Hopefully he's as forgiving. And if he opens up, if he gives him permission and gives the paperwork to Dr. Umar and gives him permission granted to have that grand opening, I want each and every single one of you to take a look at this finger. I want each and every single one of y'all who have made so much dreadful, hateful videos about Umar. You get double, triple, quadruple the middle fingers. There's no reason at all for any of you those even who have not donated, I'm talking about the ones that donated, not the ones, excuse me, the ones that have not donated, to even open your mouth, your sick ass wicked tongue to shit like this. How dare you? How fucking dare you? And for those who have donated, but then again, you of course you're gonna get those ones that say, "Oh, I've donated. Oh, I've donated 20. I've donated $5. When was that? I donated $5 like 10 years ago. I want it back. I donated $5 and I want it back. I want double. I'll move my head and go and get away with it. I'm dying here and go get away. I forgot what the dude's name was, but anyway, niggas donate $1 and expect the school to open. Nigga, if you don't get the hell out of my face with this shit. But anyway, the school's looking good. School's looking real good. And the tiles on the ceiling. Hey, haters. Hey, the tiles on the ceiling, they're closed. He closed it. He put them back. He finally put them back. What you think about that? The floors, they're damn near done. It's like what, 16 rooms, would you really only need 7, but 16 rooms, they're damn near done. What do you think about that? What do you think about that? Go ahead and comment that bullshit in the comment section. People calling me now. Go ahead and put that bullshit comment in the comment section if you like. Floors are done, tile ceilings are done, HVAC done, plumbing done. You can use the water in the bathroom, not in the fountain, because he's gonna bring bottles of water. Don't really quite trust the water there in Wilmington, just like the water in Flint. I didn't trust the water there either. That's why you had to get like filters and stuff. You had to get filters on top of filters on top of filters. Right. But everything is costly, everything is taxing. And for those who haven't even put in a dime, I had the nerve to talk. So pretty much, I would say, in my opinion, everything is done except to go to this certificate of occupancy is going to be tough, but we will see. And when he comes with the word, I will be there. But for meanwhile, I got other things I need to be doing with my time instead of hanging out with some of you Negroes that do nothing but shame people into actually doing something that they love to do. And he's been constant at it. He's been constant at the work that he has done in the past, and still doing the work. You just want him there 24/7. That's not how that shit works. What is he supposed to do? Just do shit and just ruin it, and we're right back to square one again? No, that's the reason why you pay contractors. That's why you pay professionals. I'm not talking about the ones in your hood neither. Because if you can't show me nothing certified, what are you over here for? The best thing you can do for me is sweep. And you talking about having a school of that magnitude, the commercial buildings of that magnitude, and you don't keep it clean, you don't come around. If you're gonna come around there, at least keep the motherfucker clean. But people don't want to do that. But they had no problems picking up trash for the white man. No problems at all. But I'm about out of here. This is pretty much, well, I'm glad to see him that he's still in good spirits. But hopefully the next time he say mission complete. And all I got to say to Umar is finish the mission. Ashe, Ashe,